Hi all, this is a quick review of my pound US sell attempt. So I was interested in this daily sell because I see that sellers have built up their positions for quite a while here and made a very strong and very clean breakdown. And in this move up, the buyers are just moving up in multiple pushes. So I am anticipating the sellers to hit the sell again around this area for a range kind of sell. So my alert, I had set my alert right at this area, um, as since that's when I expected that the sell may be starting to come on. Now on the lower time frames, I saw that yes, there was a wick showing over there, and I thought maybe this is after that candle. I thought maybe this is around to form. So kept going lower, and I saw okay over here, move up over here, move down, and on this move up, I was looking to get in because on the 15, I was very focused on hitting the sell at this reaction over here, at this reaction area over here. So that a couple of mistakes over here, I think. First one was if I look at the logic over here, the buyers went up, the sell came down hard, but it did not break the support. And because it did not break the support, it would be logical for me to anticipate that the buyers will again go up at least until this area. And indeed we did see that is what happened, because later on when I realized my mistake, this is what I saw, and I was anticipating the buyers to go up to that area. So I think that was mistake number one. That is just incorrect price action read of the market over here. So because I was just seeing that as the reaction zone, and I got too focused on this being the moment in which the sell would happen. So it was just, I think, a terrible read, quite an embarrassing mistake as well, because this is just like fundamental that the sellers must break something before they can be considered reliable, or else they're only pseudo strong. They're only strong. It's just an illusion that they're strong. So that's the first mistake. The second mistake, I think, was not really paying much attention or interpreting the volume information very well. So if I look at the volume on this volume information to guide the sell, I see that okay, the move down over here happened with higher volume than all of this, which means this is an area of interest. But when this move happened, that was an increased volume, which should be signs that the actual pullback, that the actual sell is probably not going to happen immediately. It's probably going to happen much later on. So that was a misreading of the volume, I think, that also would have kept me away from this mistake. Now once I realized this mistake, I actually just got out over here, and when this reaction down happened, I was wondering, maybe this part over here at the top is just a faker, so it's okay that so maybe I should not have gotten out there. I should have given it a chance to come back down and maybe gotten out at a bit of a break-even price. But I was just not happy with my overall initial read on this, and once I was not happy with the initial read and knew that this was actually likely to go all the way up to here, I just decided to get out, which I think was an okay decision. Currently, I think I am interested in another sell for this, because it's still at my logical area and everything, and in this particular case, it has gotten all the way up to the top of where I expected. There seems to be a failure to make a higher high, and volume wise I see that okay, the sells have not really hit hard yet, but one thing I've noticed is if if I'm using volume data, the increase in volume will be shown only when there is increase in when the breakout actually happens over here. So if I want to catch it just before the breakout happens, I'll need to look at the consolidation on a lower time frame. So in this case, I see that yes, indeed, there has been move up by the buyers over here. The sellers have come down, but not as strongly as these moves up. So perhaps I'm going to get some pullbacks to do sells on this. So I'm not too worried and I'm not feeling much FOMO to catch this right now. But I think this is setting up for another sell attempt. It may not be the full daily sell, but it will be a good lower time frame sell, and I will just look to ride it if the momentum is strong. Okay, so that's all, and thanks in the comments and questions. Are very much welcome.